That is awesome.
Well, I think it'll do a burnout just fine. Holy crap.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been watching our other videos, you'll know that we've been working on this 78 Chevy truck that we bought at the auction. We cleaned it up a few videos, or actually last video we cleaned it up. A few videos ago we put the camper on it and drove it. But on this video, we got some parts in. So, alright, you want to tell them what we got? We won't open them up just yet.
Well, this is our new lowering kit that we've been waiting on.
6/8 drop, Western chassis. We should have spindles, springs, C-notch, and an axle flip, I think. Yes, an axle flip. So we haven't opened them up yet. So we're gonna get right to it, open them up and see what we got. All right, guys, this is what we've got. Right here's the C-notch. We'll actually cut the frame out right around this. This will go in it, bolt it to the frame. We might run some welds on it. We really don't plan on towing with this big old mighty 454, but we do want to tow with it. My last truck, I actually welded the C-notches in, just for more durability, more strength. Right here, this is what gives us our 8 inches in the back. That sounds kind of gay. not
Gives us our 8 inches in the back. Very nice choice in words.
Alright, guys, for the 8-inch drop in the rear, we've got this axle flip. This will actually take the axle from on the bottom of the spring, like it is right now, and to the top of the spring. We'll have to take the overloads off of the springs themselves, and then the axle will sit on the springs like this. These U-bolts will go like that, and then on the bottom of the axle we'll have like that. So that's how, well, you'll have the leaf spring in there. It'll sit kind of like that. Pretty self-explanatory once you actually see it going in. Then I'll have Brian explain what we got going on with the fronts.
All right, so for the front, we have 3-inch drop springs combined with the 3-inch drop spindles. Got to take the old ones out, take the wheel bearings off. Probably put new wheel bearings on the front may not be a bad idea.
Come on, man. That's going over and above.
Oh, well, whatever. What are you going to do, hack everything together on YouTube?
Yep. I do in real life, so why don't I do it on YouTube? Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch these cars. That lift's better than this lift. This is only a 7,000-pound lift, and the front arms aren't actually long enough to reach the frame. So we're going to switch these things around and go to town on this thing. Alright guys, we now have the rear end separated. We're just letting it hang. We got it on our fine and dandy tranny stand. Got the leaf springs out. And I think we figured out why they call them 1-ton trucks.
Those things are heavy.
Those things weigh about a ton. So, man, they're heavy.
Well, we gotta unbolt the leaf spring pack, take the overloads out with this little, what do you call that, spacer or something? We've got a new bolt that'll run through that's shorter.
And then after we get those overloads out, we're not gonna have the overloads anymore, and I obviously was riding on them when the camper was in. Gotta cut the rivets out for those overload perches. Ditch those. We'll definitely have to put an airbag setup on it when we go put the camper back on, or if we ever tow with it again. After we do the leaf springs and remove the perches, the plan is to lift the rear end back up, put the springs on, just set the, who's calling me? Chris Rhodes, you're on YouTube. What's up? All right, so right after we take care of the leaf springs, get the perches knocked off of there, we're gonna go ahead and put the spring back in. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to set the rear end and the flip kit on the spring, position it to where it's going to be, and actually mark the frame where the axle, right in the middle. Because the C-notch, see how it's got, we're going to put a little bump stop right there that came with the kit. But the C-notch has got to go right in the middle of the axle, right like that. So after we get her marked up, we'll just go ahead and trace this thing out, cut it, and then once we get the frame cut, we'll set it back up there, mark for our holes, and start drilling some holes.
Holy crap!
Why is it so low? These tires must be taller than the factory. Look at our
Wow!
Look at our back mud flap. Dude, this is awesome. You know how much like freaking Carolina kids would pay for something like this?
Oh my gosh. Look at that. It looks broken.
That Tic ToK where they go do like this.
You forgot you gotta start the truck up and
Dude, that is awesome. That is so low. It's definitely gonna need some airbags on it.
Well, it's gonna go down. It's gonna bring the rear up when we lower the front.
Yeah. And we don't have any shocks on it.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
we should drive like that. It just totally changed. Like, if you don't even look at the front, don't look at the front. It looks awesome.
That's sweet.
You know what it looks like right now?
It looks like you got about 10,000 pounds in the bed.
Looks like a guy just went to the garden store and bought like 4 tons of rocks and it's 1,500. All right, guys, it's getting late. It's what, 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
We're filthy. I'm dirtier than Ryan is because Ryan doesn't work as hard as I do.
Yeah, it doesn't work as hard as it is.
But we done tooted the old girl, and I think it's time for us to go to bed.
After calling it that, yeah. We need to get out of here.
Ryan's hating that I'm calling it tooted.
So stupid.
Such a stupid term. Anyways, the back is not done. We've still got to put the C-notches in. The reason we put it down on the ground is so that we can actually lay under there, as hard as that's going to be. Probably have to put on some wood or something. And mark the frame exactly in the middle so that we can get the C-notch centered up and make sure that, you know, we don't actually cut the frame in the wrong spot.
That wouldn't be very good.
No, but yeah, we're gonna come back in the morning, mark the frame, cut the frame, put the C-notch in, and then the back will be complete.
The next morning.
All right, so we can see right here where I've got this line marked. That was the middle of the rear end. I actually ended up using the jack, letting the truck down with the wheels off it and jacking it up, and that's exactly where the middle was. I'll hold that up there where my mark is in the middle, because this thing angles to the side like that. Trace this out, and then I need to add, it's about a 1/4 inch, this 1/4 inch steel. Need to add that to my tracing, so I actually have 2 marks, and then I'll cut that second mark out. We'll go ahead and put this on there, trace it out, and then we start cutting this thing. Alright, so I just got her cut out. There's the piece. What you guys don't actually know is I've already done that side and learned a few things, so didn't want to learn on camera. But yeah, I made this cut a little bit bigger than what I made that cut. That side I went a little closer to my actual line than this side, and then on that side I didn't cut these back far enough, so I really had to do a lot of trimming on that side. I actually got a couple hours in messing with that side, but this side seems like it's going pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and hang you guys back up on the fender up there and put that piece in and see how it fits. Alright guys, this side is knocked out. Actually, I'm glad I did the other side first because This side went a breeze compared to the other side. I probably did this side in about 35 minutes, but I still got to do some painting right there where the overload purchase were, front and back, but the back is done. I've got to bolt the springs back up. We put the bolts in, never put the nuts back on because we planned on dropping the rear end. But obviously we didn't have to do that, which made it super nice. As you can see, this side is done. Oh, this side's got the little bump stop in it. I still got to put that on the other side. But I painted where we ground them off, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that bump stop in, lower this bad boy back down. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. As you see, the rear is completely done. I have to get rid of the old mud flaps, like we said earlier. They're dragging away. I think the exhaust is actually hitting the rear end too, so we're gonna have to get under there and do some work on the exhaust. And then I did notice the brake line is on this side. I walk over here like I'm gonna show you and I can't show you. The brake line on this side is, it's got one line coming from the front and then T's. It's stretched, so the bracket actually needs to be cut and moved back just a little bit. But other than that, the rear is done. I mean, if we needed to, we could drive it right now. I don't know if I'd want to drive it being like that, but yeah, I mean, pretty much ready to go. Now we've got the front here. Gonna start on this on the next video. Got 3-inch spindles. Supposed to be 3-inch springs. That'll give us 6 in the front, and hopefully that'll get us sitting level. So check back in on the next video and we'll get after the front, hopefully knock that out pretty quickly and get this thing back on the road. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.